why are we all here today? Today, you're going to learn how you can use our portal inside Financial Sense to help get client documents faster, right? This is a huge problem that a lot of accounting firms face. They're constantly chasing their clients every week, every month, every quarter, every year, over and over and over again for all the same information. For all the same information. For all the same information. This is such a huge problem, right? It causes, your firm to waste time, it frustrates your team, and it causes backlog, and you can't get your work done, right? It causes missed deadlines. You can't get your work done if you can't get the client information, if you don't have the documents to actually complete it. So a lot of firms are constantly waiting on their clients to get this information. So let's first talk about what the real problem is, right? Why are you struggling to get documents from your clients? Actually, before I go into what we see are the biggest issues, why don't you drop it into the chat? I would love to see what you think are the biggest issues, or what you see are the biggest issues that's preventing you from getting the documents when you need them from your clients. So drop it in the chat. Come on, anyone? Anyone want to share why they struggle to get documents from their clients? Okay, so secure options that are easy to use. That's a big one. We'll talk about that today. Clients are busy, right? They don't have time. They're not at their desk or their computer. Too many options. It's overwhelming. Email's inefficient in today's world. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons, right? So what we find are the top 3 reasons why you can't get documents from your clients, at least on time. First is they forget, right? Your clients are busy. They're business owners. They have a lot of other things going on in their lives. You may send them an email saying, hey, I need these documents. It's easy for that to slip through the cracks. It's easy for them to forget and not get back to it, right? Another big reason is they do remember, they actually make the effort to try to upload the documents, but they can't get in the portal, right? Typically, you're wanting it through a secure portal. They can't remember their username or password because they have all these other apps that they use, and they're busy. If they can't get in the portal, they can't remember their password, they don't have time to reset it half the time. They just bounce off and they don't do it. Or even worse, they probably just send it to you via email, which is not safe and secure. Another one of the big 3 reasons is the portal that you're currently using isn't easy to use, right? It was built so long ago, probably it's a decade old. They don't like living in it, especially your newer clients, like this younger generation coming in. The design just isn't that modern. And they may not even be able to figure out how to use it, right? It's hard to navigate. It's hard to, I've used portals where I don't even know where to click. There's just so much going on. So it's not easy to use and it's not modern. So we're going to talk about today how we've created and designed our portal with this new release to make it easier to use, right? To make it easy for your clients to remember with automated reminders, but not just automated reminders, to the right channels, right? Text messages and emails, and making it easy to get in, right? With passwordless portal that is still secure. So I'm going to walk you guys through this. I'm going to show you how you can use the portal inside Financial Sense to collect documents faster from your clients. And feel free to drop in questions as I go through, and we'll get to them at the end of the webinar. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Drop it in the chat. Let me know. Perfect. All right. So for those of you that don't use Financial Sense, I'm going to give you a quick 2-minute overview so you know how we're getting to the client requests in the portal. So Financial Sense is a workflow tool designed to help accounting firms get work done. This right here is just a simple bird's eye view of all the work in your firm. This is where you see who's working on what, the status of work, when are my deadlines, and are we getting our work done at the end of the day? So this is, again, is all your work. Let's click into the work, because how we work and how the requests in Financial Sense work is it's on the work. So let's click into actually our monthly bookkeeping work for our client. Adeline Collins. Here you have where your team collaborates, right? This is where the work actually gets done. You see the process for completing the work. You can collaborate, share documents, see emails between your firm and the client, everything your team needs to get their work done. But like we talked about, a big part of getting the work done is getting information from your clients, the documents, or other types of information you need to complete the work. So on our work, we have something called client tasks. What this does, this helps you request the client. This is where you request the client information. So again, chasing down your clients is a huge pain point. So inside Financial Sense, let's say every month I request monthly book, certain documents for a month to complete our client's monthly bookkeeping work, right? So you can create that request list here. So upload your credit card transactions, upload your bank statements. You can create as big as a list as you want. You can add as many request items. You can add descriptions. You can set due dates and all that information here. Once you create that request list for your client, then you set up the automation, right? So you go over here to manage notifications. This is where the cool part kicks in. So instead of just sending a one-time request and hoping your client remembers and doesn't forget, like we were talking about, this is where you can automate that request and those reminders. So here, you would first choose the start date. When do you want to send this request list to your client? Let's say it's on the 1st of the month. And then now, I don't just want one request, right? I want to remind them until they actually get it done. So I can say, you know, let's say I want to remind them every 4 days, right? Because we need to get this quickly, and I need this to get their work done. Once you set that up, right? When those parameters hit, so on January 1st, your client is now going to get that request list. Now, one cool thing about Financial Sense is our work recurs like this, monthly bookkeeping. You do it every single month. Once you set this up one time, it will automatically send it out every month. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to reactivate something. You don't have to click a button from start to finish the request or automate it to your clients from now until forever. So on January 1st, they'll get that request list, right? On February 1st, they'll get the request list. March 1st, April 1st, and so forth until you stop it. It's a big part of that automation. So now you're probably wondering, what is my client going to see, right? How does this look for my client? Will they like it? Will they use it? So let me show you. So if we go in here, this is where you can see this is what your client would get. Your client would get an email that looks like this. It would have, this says ABC Bookkeeping, but this would be your firm's name here. It would have your name or the client's name. So hello, client name, your name. So me from the firm has requested that you complete these tasks. Then your client would see the work it's for. So it's for her monthly bookkeeping work. They can see the actual items you're requesting and when you need it by, and they can click this to access the portal. So one quick note is, we talked about earlier, one of the big challenges clients have is actually getting into the portal. You think it would be easy, but a lot of times they forget the username, what email they had, they forget the password. So we make it easy by not requiring them to create an account. They don't have to create a username. They don't create a username or password. And they don't have to type that in when they enter it, right? We use a different method that is secure, safe, and encrypted, and it's a magic link. So they click that magic link, but the first time they click it, they'll get sent a verification code. So you won't see it here because I've already done it. They'll get sent a verification code. They'll type it in and remembers that device. But still, it's easier than password and username. Clients love it because they don't have to remember anything, but it's still secure. So now when they click it, it takes them directly into the portal. Now they can see the items that you requested from them, right? So they can see the credit card statements that you need and by when, the bank statements. It was easy to get into. Here, they can upload, the documents you need, maybe, right? They can mark it completed once they've done it, right? So then that went down there, and then now it's reminding them to do this one. So now once they've uploaded it, oh yeah, and they can also ask questions. So I have a question about this request, right? They can ask you questions, they can upload the documents. And then when that happens, right, you get notified inside Financial Sense and via email that your client has uploaded these documents to this work and they have asked you a question. You get notified in the app and via email, so you would see it here. And as you can see, now the documents have been uploaded directly in a Financial Sense, and you can see the questions that they asked you. You can respond to your client. If they didn't upload the right document, you can mark it like, no, you didn't do this, right? Because the thing is, your client's going to continue to get reminders every 4 days based on what we set it up until they actually complete all these requests. So it's going to chase them for you. But the best part is all these documents are inside Financial Sense. They're not in your email. They're not in some separate portal somewhere. They're right here where your team is actually getting their work done, keeping your firm organized. One of the biggest issues is even if you have the documents, your team doesn't know where they are. They're in some portal somewhere or some email. It's all right here, one click away. So it's really powerful, right? And clients love it because it's easy. But let's go back, right? I want to show you something cool. So let's say, for example, maybe you don't want your client to upload documents to Financial Sense. Maybe you have Google Drive or Dropbox, you prefer to use that. You can actually customize these buttons in the URL destination. So in here, you can see I can manage client uploads. I customize the destination, change the button to say this, and put my Google Drive link. You can use it for DMS systems. Some people also really love using them for forms, right? Client onboarding, intake. You want to ask the client a bunch of questions, create a Google or Cognito form, paste that link in here. Your client clicks it, they can input all that information and it automatically gets added to your database. Or you collect that information a lot easier. Tax organizers, right? There's a lot of really cool things you can do, and you can customize this to fit any type of thing you need to request from your client. So like in this example, like maybe they need to upload something to the Google Drive. They click that, boom, it opens Google Drive, right? And they can mark it completed. One cool thing I didn't mention is we talked about this reminder here. This is one of the new features we recently released. Email works, but not every client's looking at their email. They're busy. They get 100 emails a day. So we also now send text reminders. So your client can get an actual reminder via text that says, hey, Sharon from ABC Bookkeeping has requested these documents. Go to your email to access the portal. So it's another way to stay top of mind so they don't forget and you're hitting your clients in the right channels so you can get those documents faster. Let's see. What are some other things I wanted to mention? So let's go back to the portal because there's some new updates we've had, right? So if you click back to dashboard, one big thing is your clients can now view all of the requests in one place, right? So they were just in this monthly bookkeeping request, right? Completing that information, but maybe they want to see like, is there anything else my client needs? Oh, they need my tax return information. This is an open active request. They can click in that. They can read the tax organizer. They can upload the information you need, and they can mark it completed. And what's really cool is they can see all past requests. So maybe they've been using the portal for a while, and they need to go back and see, oh, what was that document I sent them like a month ago? They can come in here and they can view all those past requests. Now, one thing you notice is these are locked, right? So if there was documents on here or questions, they wouldn't be able to change any of the information that they've uploaded in the past because it's now locked, but they'd be able to view it and download it and see the history, but they can't change it. And that's important for you. So you have that audit trail and you know exactly what happened. Let's see. Questions. So I'm going to open the floor to questions. We've kind of covered a lot of things, but if you have other questions, if you want me to go deeper anywhere, I can. I will say this is just the first iteration of our new client portal. We have a lot of really powerful new features coming. Like we've talked about e-signatures, so you can request documents to get signed by your clients. Ability to share folders, so not just a request section, but an actual archive where you can store old documents, folders, organized documents. Your clients can upload documents to those folders. One big one that's coming next week, which is really exciting, is the ability to comment on tasks. So as you can see here, you have the ability to chat, but sometimes people want to comment on a specific task. It's a little more organized, right? Instead of just trying to reference something from in the chat. So I'll show you in the demo, we're testing it now, but you'll have a button called comments, right? And when you click it, you'll be able to comment, have conversations that go back and forth with your client, which is going to be really great. Just clients like it, it's more easy, it's better to stay on top of things. And that's just a few things, right? Another big one is a link that you can put in your email signature or put on your website as a button, so your clients can access the portal from your email signature or your website instead of just the email notification, which will be really cool, but still keep it passwordless. And we have a unique way that we're going to do that, which I won't tell you yet, but it's going to be exciting. So I'm going to look at some questions. I'll answer them, but go ahead and drop them in now if you have them. Let's see. And do you need to create, can the client get to their portal from the website or only? So as I mentioned, right now, the client can only access the portal from the email notification, but what we're coming out with soon is a link that you can use where the client will be able to, from your website or from anywhere, like they could favorite, right? It would take them to a page where they can trigger a notification and access the portal on demand. Do you need to create a task? You do have to create a task for the client to upload documents, but not when we create the secure folder sharing section where you can share folders from Financial Sense, like bookkeeping documents to the portal, you wouldn't have to do that. Yeah. You can use this with any like other system, right? Like you can use this with other portals if you want. Like the biggest thing is we have a portal, it's great, it's powerful, but the most powerful piece of this software, I think, is the reminders, right? The request, automated requests, automatically following up with them, your client getting email and text notifications, really just knowing that you need this information and being reminded that they need to get it to you. We love our portal because it's easy to use, but you can, because since you can change the links on the buttons, like I showed you with Google Drive, you can use it with other portals and just use our system as the reminder system. Yes, you can change the default upload file link. As I showed you here, you can easily customize the links and the upload destinations and the buttons. Portal is secure. Yep, everything's encrypted. You can share sensitive information. So text reminders, to enable those, right now, your client would enable them by here, click this up, type in their phone number. We are going to be working on a method where when the client accesses the portal for the first time from here, they get sent a verification code and they type their number in via text instead of email, and that's automatically going to opt them in for the text reminders. So every client will automatically be set up for text reminders, and they can just opt out if they don't like it. So an example of a form, right? I don't have one, I don't think. Let me see. Let me see if I have like a fake Google form. Okay, so I'll just use this example. It's a form I have. It doesn't really make sense. So let's say like I've created this Google form here, right? Let's say this was like a client intake form, using this to your clients to request a bunch of information. You could then, let me see if there's a shareable link. How do I send copy link? So I'm going to copy this form link. And let's say in Financial Sense, like this was more client onboarding. Fill out this client intake, right? And then I'm going to manage to customize it to fill out intake form here. Paste in the URL. I'm going to save that. So now in the client portal, if we go to that, you'll see fill out this client intake form. They click this button, and then it's going to open up the form and they'll fill it out. So that's how that would work if you wanted to use forms for intake or to collect information from your clients. There is no size limit, so it's unlimited storage. So right now the client has to opt in for the text reminders, but as I mentioned, there's going to be a new update where every client automatically is set up for text reminders. So every client will be getting text reminders when they first access the portal, because they'll have to type in their phone number to get the verification code to access it. And they'll be able to opt out. It'll be more of an opt out, so you get more clients on it. So even those trouble clients, like it's very, they get it, they're getting those reminders via phone. So it's you can get those documents. You can send to multiple emails, multiple employees. Let's see, upload. So the client is the one that's supposed to mark it complete, but you always have the ability to mark it complete or override them. So you can mark it complete yourself, or if they marked it completed but it's not really done, you can overwrite it here. So yeah, that's a really good question. So not only can you request documents, but you can also send documents to clients, right? So I could say, fill out this form and reattach it, right? And all I would just need to do is add an attachment. Let's just, add this, pretend it was a form, and then your client would then see in their portal, right, fill out this form and reattach it, and they would have it here, and they could download it, fill it out, and reattach it. So it's a way to exchange. It's not one way. You can go both ways. Looking for it. Let's see. Yeah, you can send the document like I just mentioned. Yes, this update is included for existing clients. So if you already use Financial Sense, current clients are seeing this portal that you're seeing right here. Yeah, so if they opt out of the text reminders when we do release that update, they will still be able to get 2FA codes via text. Good question by Robert. Will we have the ability to bulk send client tasks? Yes, we're actually releasing that next week, where if you create like a bunch of tax returns and you have like all the requests in them, you just created this work for all your new tax clients, you can select all those projects and activate, like schedule them in bulk. So you could select like 50 projects and basically set these the notifications up for them, like the start date and the reminders. So it looks like we got some more questions in the Q&A. Let's see, are you working? Chris, yes, we are working on the ability to assign separate client tasks to different individuals within the client company. And then also, yes, one thing we're releasing with the portal, this is really good, is you can drag and drop documents in Financial Sense, but giving the ability for clients to drag and drop documents on the client portal. That is coming. And this presentation is recorded, so we'll be sharing it with everyone. How often do we have releases? We release new updates every week. We're constantly improving the product, whether it's the portal or the internal solution. We have a public roadmap where our customers give us recommendations. They vote on new features. constantly releasing new updates to improve the product. So one person asked about our Smart Vault integration. So, we have a portal, which this works for requesting documents, but if you're looking for something more robust, we are also working on a Smart Vault integration where you can actually integrate Financial Sense with Smart Vault, so you can access, the Smart Vault documents from inside Financial Sense and do some of those folder creation workflows. We have a webinar for that. I'll be sure to send that to you, Amanda, after this webinar. Okay, perfect. So any last questions? It looks like we've got a lot of the questions answered, but if there's any more, drop them in now. Corey, we plan to release the client portal in Q1, late Q1, potentially early Q2. So soon, in the next 2 to 3 months. All right. So I hope this was helpful, right? So just to recap everything, right? Today, we learned a lot about how you can get client documents faster from your clients and not have to chase them down, because this is a huge problem that firms are facing, right? Firms are struggling to get documents from their clients, which is preventing them from doing their work and is causing backlog and missed deadlines. So today we covered how our new portal helps you really streamline that process, send automated reminders through channels that your clients can see, and just more importantly, is a portal that's easy to use that your clients will actually like using. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to our team. Go to our website. You can reach out to our support team. You can ask questions, start a free trial. We're here to help you guys along the way. I appreciate the time appreciate you guys joining the webinar today. If you have any questions, again, reach out and I'll be sure to follow up with an email with a recording so you can watch this and share it with your team. Everyone take care.